I'd like to invite the great Jimmy Cullen to sing his song Homes for All. Another absolute brilliant privilege to meet this great activist and musician, and I've gotten to know him again since I started doing this, and it's been an absolute privilege and a pleasure. Thanks, Jimmy. Thank you.
Choo-choo. So as Martin just said, I echo this very same thing back to you. It's been an absolute pleasure and an honour to know you and to stand alongside you a few times over the years, and it's just absolutely brilliant, the amount of coverage and awareness Martin has brought to the housing crisis in Ireland. So there's been news documentaries across the world have come to interview him and to talk about what he's doing, so he's really struck a chord, and it's brilliant. But another way, Martin is actually, his inspiration has gone beyond the housing movement. Even at the start of the genocide in Gaza, I was feeling just really frustrated and didn't have an outlet or a way to express how I was feeling about what I was seeing, and I thought of Martin's protest, and I gave him a call and I said, Martin, would you mind if I started up something similar outside the Israeli embassy? Martin said, yeah, brilliant, go for it. So it's given me just a way to express the frustrations and anger of watching what's been happening over the last 2 years. So I just want to thank you for that as well, because it's just means more than anything. So this song is I suppose it's about the fact that we have 150 to 200,000 empty homes in the country, and it's been 20 years, 30 years of Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael failures, or well, probably exactly what they want, but failures for us. But it amazes me that so many people are starting to want to blame migrants and refugees for the ailments of a country that's gone on well decades before they were here. So it's a song about that, and it's a song about how if we all join together and realise that we're all working class people, and a revolution could happen where we're all together and fighting instead of fighting each other, we're fighting these Egypts behind us. So this is called Homes for All. You know it's not a competition to see who needs it more. Well, it's called divide and conquer. You pit the poor against the poor. Well, it's a manufactured hatred that comes straight from the top. Keep us all distracted now to try to cover up the rot. Because they're the ones who made the housing crisis. It was not migrants and it was not refugees. And that's why every time we punch down on each other, we fuel their neoliberal disease. Oh, but together we will always be much stronger. A truly united working class. And in a country with so many empty houses, we need to come together to demand homes for all, yes, everyone. From those living on the streets to those fleeing from the bombs, homes for all, yes, me and you. Oh, we need homes for the many, not for the few. So it's not a competition, and it never really was. Despite the lies the far right spew to string people along, or to manufacture hatred and make sure that it spreads. Well, they do our leaders dirty work as they poison people's heads. And they scream they're the ones who made the housing crisis. At foreigners, migrants and refugees. And that's why every time they call to house our own first, Well, there's one thing they completely fail to see, and that's together we will always be much stronger. A truly united working class, and in a country with so many empty houses, we need to come together to demand homes for all, yes everyone. For those living on the streets, to those fleeing from the bombs, homes for all, yes me and you. Oh, we need homes for the many, not for the few. So it's not a competition, and it never had to be, to pit one side against the other. Now there never was a need, 'cause we've enough to help those fleeing wars, as well as living on our streets. But the problem isn't shortage, the problem lies with greed. Homes for all, yes everyone. From those living on the streets to those fleeing from the bombs, homes for all, yes me and you. Oh, we need homes for the many, not for the few. One more time. Homes for all, yes everyone. From those living on the streets to those fleeing from the bombs, homes for all, yes me and you. Oh, we need homes for the many, not for the few.
Brilliant stuff, Jimmy. Yeah, I'd like to call on Rory Hearn next to say a few words, and thanks Rory for all the support over the years.
Thanks, Martin, and just to say, absolutely well done. And it's a sad day as well, because we've had many chats here, and you've been an inspiration to so many people. Standing here singing the song. The song itself, of course, has the core message that housing is a human right. And I was struck. I introduced a bill this week to insert a right to housing in the Constitution. And when I was bringing it, I was struck again by the fact that not one of our housing policies mention that housing is a human right. It's not in our laws, it's not in our Constitution, and fundamentally the problem is that housing is treated as an investment asset, a commodity, and that, I think, at its core, that is where we've gone wrong in this country. And again, on a human level, I'm sad to see it go. We've been organising protest campaigns on housing for many, many years, where it's hard to believe. I think the first meeting that we organised on a housing emergency in Liberty Hall was in 2015. It's 11 years ago. 11 years of a housing crisis that has devastated so many people, including yourself, who has experienced it. And in fact, I was in the Dáil there now, just asking the Taoiseach directly in relation to, there are mass evictions going on right now in Galway, Wexford, Sligo. I just can't get my head around, particularly the one in Sligo, where you've got elderly people with disabled children being evicted from a retirement village. And I asked the Taoiseach, how do you let this happen? How can you actually let this happen? You know what's going on. And of course he looks down his shoes and he mentions unintended consequences of a ban on evictions. And of course what he means is that they're not prepared to extend the new protections that come for new tenancies to all existing tenants, the 250,000 households who are in existing tenancies, because it might upset the landlords. And that is the truth of it. And what we're seeing right now, we haven't seen these evictions in this country since the famine. And I cannot get my head around how they just allow that happen, how it's accepted, how we tolerate it as a society. But you didn't. You stood up. You stood here week after week for 200 weeks saying, this is not okay. I don't accept it. You don't accept it. All of us here don't accept it, and we will continue after you're gone to highlight that it's not okay, it's not normal. Housing has to be made a human right. People have a right to a home, and these evictions are wrong. The level of homelessness is wrong, and we will keep calling it out until it's changed. So, Gurv Míle Mágat.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much to Rory, to Owen, and to Richard for just the genuine support over the years. And Tommy Corkby. I'd like to call on the brilliant Anya Hayden and the Resistance Choir. Another great privilege to meet these people, to come up and sing a song. So I'm delighted that they're here to join us. Thanks so much.
Well, it's a real honour to be here to celebrate this man. I came across Martin himself and Victoria Keating were doing a Facebook Live music show back in 2022, and gorgeous music. But towards the end, Martin said, I'm starting a protest tomorrow in Dublin. If anyone happens to be there, would you mind coming in? I'll be on my own. Would you mind coming in and filming me? So I didn't know Martin at all, but I was stuck in the chat. I said, I'll be there. So I came in, there he was singing all by himself, and I filmed him. And not imagining that 4 years later we'd be here, that his 200th performance. On the days when I'm flagging, I think of Martin getting on a bus at the crack of dawn to come up to Dublin every Thursday, hail, rain or snow. I also think of Jimmy Cullen coming up from Wexford, and I also think of Margaretta D'Arcy, may she rest in peace, who at 91 camped outside the Dáil, her no to war protest. These are the three people. When I think, oh God, I'm tired, I think of Martin, I think of Jimmy, and I think of the wonderful Margaretta D'Arcy. So thank you, Martin, for having us here today.
This is an old Negro spiritual song which we refashioned for this occasion.
Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. We all need a home. We all need a home. Sometimes I cry till I'm almost done. Sometimes I almost done. Sometimes I cry. Almost done. We all need a home. Sometimes I feel like a refugee. Sometimes I feel like a refugee. Sometimes I feel like a refugee. 'Cause we all need a home. 'Cause we all need a home. Tell me now, tell me now, tell me now, tell me now, what's this government done? Tell me now, tell me now, tell me now, tell me now, what's this government done? Tell me now, tell me now, tell me now, tell me now, what's this government done? 'Cause we all need a home. 'Cause we all need a home. So rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Don't take any more. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Don't take any more. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Don't take any more. 'Cause we all need a home. 'Cause we all need a home. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. We all need a home. 'Cause we all need a home. 'Cause we all need a
Well done to Martin. Beacon of courage and hope.
Beautiful altogether. Thanks so much. Excellent. So we're going to have one more speaker, and then we're going to finish up with a big blast of everybody singing it. So I'd like to invite Margaret O'Regan. Margaret is a great friend of mine, and I got to know her at the very start of this as well. And the first time I put up a demo of Everyone Should Have a Home, just singing it, sitting at home. I put it up on Facebook, and I woke up the next morning and it had 50 shares, and they were all Margaret sharing it to all different groups. So she was a brilliant supporter, and yeah, she's a very inspiring activist herself. And thanks so much, Margaret, for being here.
Thanks, Martin, for those kind words. I actually equally find Martin extremely inspiring. He's the generation after the likes of me, the old people around the place. So I wrote a poem for week 100 and I thought I'd read it again today, rather than be, repeating what everyone else has said about the housing situation. And this is a poem. It's called an acrostic poem because Martin's name, every line begins with a letter out of his name. And then it's an ekphrastic poem because the painting is a lovely watercolour that was done by John Neville, my very good friend. And if you craft a poem from an image, it's called ekphrastic, EKPH is the spelling. So, the technicalities of poetry. Anyway, Martin making waves, aloof prison bars in your face, not phased, ringing out loud, landlords in government, hear out. Thursday's battle cry, resounding through those iron rails, into the seat of power, it penetrates. No lock or key can shut out sound, lifting up lives, challenging live. Each week, outside, words wafting in, all inside their moneyed minds, cannot drown out your sound. Here and now, calling out, through those bars, through those walls, year in, year out, housing is a basic human right.
This is a thank you present from everybody in Cork and everywhere else. And it's for thank you from everybody in Ireland, because we all need this. We need what you do. If anybody, this is the back when it's been signed. Oh my God. And if anybody wants to sign it, just come up to me. It'd be nice if people could all sign it. Yeah. Plastic bag, maybe.
Niamh Leonard is the artist.
Thank you, Niamh Leonard, and all the Leonard sisters who have supported the protest through the years. So I'd like to invite all the musicians, and thanks so much to everybody for coming along. Thanks to all the speakers. Special thanks to Tony Groves down there, an amazing supporter. He's gone. We have Jerry Tully, Jimmy Cullen, all the musicians. Gary Bowes is going to play. So anybody who'd like to join in, sing along. Here we go. One last blast. Nigel Grufferty and Tosh, Michael O'Sullivan. I said I was probably going to forget someone, but I didn't know I'd forget half the people. Anya Hayden, the Resistance Choir. Thanks, everybody. Some people's misery, other people's gain. Enrich the rich and make them richer. They see property as an opportunity, a business that'll make the sick the sicker. If they build too many houses, they'll drive down the prices. It's cold economics to them, so there's no will to address it. Not in their interest, we've seen it over time and time again. Everyone should have a home. Everyone should have a home. In this world, in this life, it's a basic human right to have a dignified place you call your own. Everyone should have a home. Everyone should have a home. Safe and warm where you belong. Everyone should have a home. Housing developers that are hung up on greed, hungry vultures swooping from the sky, crucifying rents that are on the increase. Shamefully they bleed, the people try. All the vacant properties we can see them in our towns. Sign the papers, take down the boards. A home, not a hotel. A home, not a hostel. A home, not a car or box on the side of the road. Everyone should have a home. Everyone should have a home. In this world, in this life, it's a basic human right to have a dignified place you call your own. Everyone should have a home. Everyone should have a home. Safe and warm where you belong. Everyone should have a home. Gary. To vote and legislate in favour of investments they control. Our leaders they facilitate, then wave away the emergency created at their door. All the money minds get richer and the poor just fade into hovels and holes they can't afford. Dystopian evictions, ruthless repossessions of wealthy countries' people in a stranglehold. Everyone should have a home. Everyone should have a home. In this world, in this life, it's a basic human right to have a dignified place you call your own. Everyone should have a home. Everyone should have a home. Safe and warm where you belong. Everyone should have a home. Safe and warm where you belong. Everyone